Hey everyone, it's your host here, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into the chilling world of haunted hotels. These aren't your typical ghost stories. These are the kinds of tales that stick with you long after you've turned off the lights. We're talking about real-life encounters, unexplained phenomena, and the chilling history that clings to these haunted establishments. So, buckle up, because we're about to embark on a spine-chilling journey through some of the most disturbing true horror stories ever recorded. If you're brave enough to join me, hit that subscribe button, turn off the lights, and let's get into it. Our first stop takes us to the breathtaking yet unsettling landscapes of Estes Park, Colorado, home to the infamous Stanley Hotel. Now, you might recognize this grand old building as the very place that inspired Stephen King's iconic horror novel, The Shining. But trust me, the real stories from this hotel are even more chilling than anything King could conjure up. Built in 1909, the Stanley Hotel has seen its fair share of tragedy and mystery.
Guests have reported hearing phantom piano music echoing through the empty halls, children laughing in the dead of night, and the unsettling feeling of being watched constantly. But perhaps the most well-known story is that of room 217.
It was in this very room that Stephen King himself experienced a series of bizarre and unnerving events during his stay in the 1970s. He reported seeing flickering lights, luggage moving on its own, and an overwhelming sense of dread that permeated the room. These experiences, along with the hotel's eerie atmosphere, served as the chilling inspiration for The Shining.
But King wasn't the only one who experienced the strange phenomena of room 217. Over the years, countless guests have reported similar occurrences, from disembodied voices whispering their names to the feeling of an unseen presence joining them in bed. Some guests have even claimed to have seen full-bodied apparitions, often dressed in period clothing, wandering the halls of the hotel.
But the paranormal activity at the Stanley Hotel extends far beyond room 217. Guests have reported seeing the ghostly figures of children playing in the hallways, their laughter echoing through the empty corridors.
Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying that the Stanley Hotel holds a certain eerie charm. Our next stop takes us deep into the heart of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, where we encounter a building with a history as fascinating as it is frightening, the Crescent Hotel. This imposing Victorian-era hotel, perched atop a hill overlooking the town, has borne witness to both the joys and sorrows of life and death.
Before the Crescent Hotel became a destination for rest and relaxation, it served a much different purpose, a hospital. Under the care of Norman Baker, it was the Baker Cancer Curable Hospital, a fraudulent institution that promised miracle cures but delivered only suffering. Baker,
a self-proclaimed doctor, preyed on desperate cancer patients, offering them false hope and ineffective treatments. The halls of the Crescent Hotel echoed with the cries of the sick and dying, their pain seemingly absorbed into the very walls.
Guests reported seeing ghostly figures of patients wandering the halls, still searching for the cure they were promised. The most well-known apparition is Michael, a young stonemason who fell to his death during the hotel's construction. His spirit is said to be particularly active in room 218, where guests have reported tools going missing, objects moving on their own, and the unsettling feeling of being watched.
But Michael isn't the only resident ghost at the Crescent Hotel. There's also the Lady in White, often seen on the 4th floor where Baker's morgue was located.
Then there's the story of Dr. Baker himself. Some say his presence can still be felt in the hotel, particularly in the areas where he once conducted his fraudulent treatments.
From the mountains and hospitals, we now set sail on the open ocean to a vessel synonymous with luxury, tragedy, and the paranormal, the Queen Mary. This majestic ocean liner, once a symbol of elegance, now rests in Long Beach, California, concealing haunted tales and maritime mysteries. Launched in 1934, the Queen Mary ferried passengers across the Atlantic in opulent style. During World War II, the ship was transformed into a troop ship, its decks crowded with soldiers heading to war. Amidst the chaos of war, the Queen Mary experienced one of its most tragic events. The ship was accidentally rammed by its escort vessel, the HMS Curacoa. The impact split the Curacoa in two, sending hundreds of sailors to their watery graves.
After the war, stories of hauntings began to circulate among the crew and passengers. whispers of shadowy figures, unexplained noises, and an unseen presence watching from the shadows.
One of the most well-known hauntings is that of Grumpy the Sailor. Legend has it that Grumpy was crushed to death by a heavy door in the engine room. His spirit is said to roam around door 13, where guests report chills, disembodied voices, and sightings of Grumpy's ghostly figure. Our journey through haunted hotels takes us next to the shadowy streets of downtown Los Angeles, where we encounter a building with a dark and troubled past, the Cecil Hotel. This imposing structure, once a beacon of hope for travelers seeking a fresh start in the City of Angels, has become synonymous with tragedy, mystery, and the macabre.
From the moment it opened its doors in 1924, the Cecil Hotel seemed to attract misfortune. Its history is a grim tapestry woven with tales of suicide, murder, and unexplained deaths, each tragic event seemingly adding another layer of darkness to the building's already sinister reputation.
One of the most enduring mysteries surrounding the Cecil Hotel is the case of Elisa Lam. In 2013, this young Canadian student vanished without a trace while staying at the hotel. Her disappearance captivated the world, sparking countless theories and speculation. Security footage released by the hotel only deepened the mystery, showing Elisa behaving erratically in an elevator shortly before her disappearance. Her body was eventually discovered weeks later in one of the hotel's water tanks on the roof. Our final destination takes us to the breathtaking Canadian Rockies, where nestled amidst towering peaks and pristine wilderness stands the Banff Springs Hotel. This grand railway hotel, with its castle-like architecture and breathtaking views, exudes an air of timeless elegance. But beneath its opulent facade lies a history marked by both grandeur and tragedy, and a collection of ghost stories that would send shivers down the spine of even the most skeptical visitor.
Built in 1888 by the Canadian Pacific Railway, the Banff Springs Hotel has played host to royalty, celebrities, and countless guests from all walks of life. But it's also been the stage for a number of unexplained events and ghostly encounters that have become the stuff of legend.
One of the most enduring tales is that of the bride. As the story goes, a young bride met a tragic end on her wedding day, falling down a flight of stairs while still in her wedding gown. Her spirit is said to still roam the hotel, particularly around the staircase where she met her demise. Guests have reported seeing a ghostly figure in a white gown gliding through the halls, her sorrowful eyes searching for something lost.
Then there's the story of Sam Macaulay, a former bellman who worked at the hotel until his death in the 1970s. Sam was known for his friendly demeanor and dedication to his job, and it seems his spirit is just as dedicated in the afterlife. Guests and staff have reported seeing Sam's ghostly figure still performing his duties, opening doors, carrying luggage, and even offering directions.
Well, there you have it, folks. A glimpse into the dark and twisted world of haunted hotels. From the chilling halls of the Stanley Hotel to the tragic history of the Cecil, these stories serve as a stark reminder that sometimes the line between the living and the dead can become terrifyingly blurred. If you enjoyed this journey into the heart of darkness, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more spine-tingling content. And if you're feeling brave, share your own paranormal experiences in the comments below. But for now, sleep tight, and remember, the next time you check into a hotel, you might not be alone.